Nag-agree po kami sa sinabi po ng nakararami na kung pwede po ay libre at gawing mura lang ang mga presyo po ng mga CPD programs po na ito. At sa context po ng renewal, kasi sinasabi nila 45 CPD units, like sa amin pong profession, as a laboratory scientist, napakabigat po nito i-meet ng mga profession namin. Hindi naman po updated yung batas namin. So kami po yung na-mention ni Honorable Senator Bongo na 1969 pa po, ang Medical Technology Act. At sa dahilan po na to, nagkaroon po kami ng pag-uusap with Congresswoman Rachel Arenas na nag-file po last July 29, 2025 ng House Bill number 00131 to modernize and regulate the practice of our profession. Similarly, complement din po ito sa nabanggit po ni Senator Go na kanyang New Philippine Medical Technology Act filed last July 7, 2025. Kung sila po ay namahalan, sila po ay nalugi, kami po ang nalimot na profession. Nakalimutan po kami kasi 1960s pa po, hindi pa rin po na bibigyan ng pansin. Ngayon po, ang isa pa pong punto po namin, feasible po, convenient ba ito at appropriate. Example lang po, ako po ay nasa isang laboratory na nagtatrabaho sa cytogenetics. Napaka-highly specialized po nitong skill na ito. Pero sa Pilipinas, available po ba para ma-enhance itong specialized skill na ito? Unfortunately, wala po. Hindi ba available? Kailangan pa namin maghanap sa sarili naming capacity para lang po ma-provide ito. So, paano po ma-address itong ganitong situation? And sana appropriate siya kung ano po yung trabaho namin. Hindi po lahat ng medtech ay nasa laboratory. Ang iba po ay manager. Ang iba po ay program officer na naka-align po sa health. So, paano po ma-address yung kanilang continuing professional development kung hindi po available ang ganitong mga klaseng programa po. And lastly po, sana po maging short-term, long-term, available po yan. May mga options po sa atin for the CBT programs. Alisin po yung 500 pesos na sinisingil for the self-directed learning. Maraming certificate, nag-renew ako, hindi ako naka-attend kasi walang CPD units. Siningil ako ng 500 pesos. Bayaran mo to para ma-credit namin yung certificate. Kami na nga yung nagsikap na umattend. Kami pa ang siningil ng 500 pesos. Paano po ba natin to i-address itong mga ganitong issue? Ang presyo po ng online ay iba sa presyo po ng face-to-face. Kahit magkapareho po ang content ng program. Mas mura po ang online. Of course, mas mahal given ng face-to-face. Pero bakit mas mababa ang units ng online? Compared po sa face-to-face, kahit iisa lang naman po yung content nito. So, sana po ma-review po natin kung paano po ang proseso ng pagre-review at evaluate ng mga CPD units given to programs. And of course, yung na-mention po about exemptions o OFW, kung ito po magiging part po ng batas, we agree also na bigyan po ng support ang mga OFW po na i-exempt sila kasi obviously wala naman po sila sa Pilipinas, but upon return to the Philippines, there should be a mechanism kung paano po ma-reinstate yung kanilang professional standing po. So this would include the reinstatement of their required competencies for their profession. Maraming salamat po, Chair.
Thank you, ma'am. So you're for amendment or
Amendment, sir.
amendment? So
Salamat po.
amen.
Morning, Papa.
Lapit na tayo makahon dito. So, mama, baka yung kaya malaki ang puntos na credit doon sa physical appearance. Dahil, pag-absent ka pa sa trabaho mo, magbihis ka pa, sasakay ka ng taxi, papunta doon, okay, aeroplano pa, barko pa. Kaya siguro mas
Kasi
malaki
wala
ang
naman
credit.
po sa criteria yun.
Oh.
Paano ba nag-evaluate sila? Wala naman po sa criteria na kapag namasahe ka, nagbihis ka sa hotel, ito units mo.
Wala yun.
Sorry,
Wala
sir.
yun akin.
Salamat po.
Yung police lang yun na computation. Next, sinong next, ma'am? Sir, go ahead. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Nathaniel Dugos, the president of the Philippine Institute of Chemical Engineers, Mr. Chair. So for the Philippine Institute of Chemical Engineers, or PCHE, this is our position. I-summarize ko na lang po. So the CPD Act was enacted to ensure that Filipino professionals remain technically competent, globally competitive, and ethically grounded in a rapidly evolving world. So I will make direct to the point to dismantle this framework entirely. So I am up for amendment is to abandon the commitment to lifelong learning. Lifelong learning is even practiced even in the undergraduate level. Most of our program educational objectives in the universities include in the program educational objectives, lifelong learning, our commitment to lifelong learning, because it is necessary for our local and international accreditation. Dapat mag-manifest yun sa aming graduates after 5 years upon graduation. So going back, with the repeal of this framework entirely is to abandon the commitment to lifelong learning, which is essential in the fields such as engineering or chemical engineering, education, healthcare, and technology, where innovation and safety standards continuously advance. Repealing the CPD Act would undermine the professional credibility both locally and internationally, especially in countries where CPD is a prerequisite for recognition. There are many countries, including developed countries, no? Like the US, Canada, and so on, Japan, for example. Then weakening public trust in regulated professions by removing mechanisms that ensure practitioners stay updated with the best practices, disadvantage Filipino professionals in global markets where continuous learning is not optional but expected. PICHE does not deny the implementation challenges. However, the solution lies in reforms, not repeal. We advocate for accessible online and outcome-based CPD programs. Yung mga CPD programs, online siya, pero asynchronous. Para self-paced ba? So, kasi as professionals, we are responsible for our learnings. Hindi na tayo kailangang bantayan. Kasi responsible tayo na dapat matuto tayo.
Maganda punto yan. Maganda
Hindi
punto
naman
yan.
tayo mga estudyante na binabantayan ng teacher. But for professionals, we are responsible na matuto tayo, no? There are programs, CPD programs that are tailored, especially to the working professionals, including those overseas. Again, same with my colleagues here in the profession, government subsidies and incentives to reduce the financial burdens of compliance, like yung sinabi ni Ma'am kanina. Recognition, sir, of foreign trainings and experience of OFWs and professionals in underserved areas. We request that let us not dismantle a law that upholds excellence. Instead, let us strengthen it through inclusive, practical, and forward-looking reforms. Reforms ang kailangan natin. The future of Filipino professionals and the integrity of our national workforce depends on it. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, sir. So, amendment, not repeal.
Mr. Chair?
Yeah, but before I would like to inform you that I filed the Senate Bill number 1247 establishing the Comprehensive Chemical Engineering Law. Sinabit ito ninyo ng grupo ninyo sa amin. Pinahil namin ito.
Submit.
Kayo.
Yes.
Yung,
Mr. Chair.
alam mo bang chemical engineer sana ako ngayon? Dahil nung mag-enroll kami, may nakita akong crush na crush ko doon sa chemical engineering. Sabi ko, gusto kong sabayan, mag-enroll ako doon. Nung nakita ko yung memorize pala ng mga chemical formula, ang daming memorize, matras ako, lipat ako na ibang kurso. Yes, you want to say something, sir?
Yeah, as regards to the manifestation of the PICHE, we will be releasing soon our guidelines regarding video on demand, yung mga asynchronous na online learning. It will be placed now under self-directed learning na. So it will be credited na next year. It will take effect. Ma-consider na siya yung mga asynchronous, yung mga video demand, even walang mag-monitor sa'yo, sarili, self-directed learning.
Bahala ka kung ayaw makinig. Hindi ka rin mag-improve dyan kung hindi ka makinig, di ba?
Yeah,
responsibilidad mo yan as a professional.
We have already included that in our self-directed learning as one of the sources.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner. Next, sir, sino yung next line dyan, ma'am? Yes, sir, quiet. You have the floor.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. I'm Alberto R. Herrera Jr. from the Institute of Integrated Electrical Engineers of the Philippines. Ako po yung National President. I would like to thank Senator Go and you, yourself, kasi yung aming RA 7920 po, sir, the New Electrical Engineering Law, 1995 pa rin po. For revision na po ito, it was enacted to regulate, strengthen, and continuously elevate the practice of licensed electrical practitioners in the Philippines to ensure public safety, competence, and accountability. Yung RA 10912 po, CPD Act of 2016, complements our RA 7920 by requiring professionals to sustain and upgrade their competence after licensure. RA 7920 establishes the baseline of competence, while RA 10912 sustains continuing professional excellence. Instead of full exemption, the law, Senate Bill 316, could recognize foreign trainings, certifications, and technical practice of OFWs as equivalent CPD credits with the accredited professional organization as the validating body. The IIE commends the intention of the proposed bill. However, the IIE respectfully submits that CPD should not be abandoned but should remain a vital requirement for licensed electrical practitioner. But for OFWs, as mentioned, their foreign training, their technical practice should be duly recognized as CPD equivalency. Presently, right now, we have 102 chapters all over the Philippines and 8 to 9 foreign chapters. And presently, right now, all these licensed electrical practitioners can do their training via hybrid or via technical. So one can attend from foreign up to the local. So, and of course, as mentioned a while ago, we are one of the accredited professional organizations that offers free training for all our licensed electrical practitioner. So I'm for amendment, Mr. Senator.
Thank you, sir. Amendment. Kahon. Kahon ng amendment. Yes, ma'am. Alam mo bang ang kalar ako noon sa Mindanao State University, ang kurso ko, in-enroll ko as BS Electrical Engineering. Nung nahirapan ako sa math, lumayas ako, nag-shift, kasi hindi ko ma-maintain yung aking average na grado, matanggal yung scholarship ko. Babalik ako doon pagkakargador sa palengke kung matanggal yung aking scholarship. Sayang. Naghanap ko ng kurso na wala masyadong math. Pumunta ako ng BS Public Administration. Walang math. Status ko doon, magna cum laude yung aking average doon kung graduate ako dahil wala mag-math. Go ahead, sir. Ma'am, go ahead. You have the floor.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mr. Chair. So I am Architect John De Leon Tabinas of the United Architects of the Philippines, Executive Director of the Professional Development Commission. So as we recognize the intent behind the Senate Bill 1316 and 351,